answer. Now shall your name never again be mentioned in your tribe. Already it is forgotten.
Has reached the protection of the post. The Delaware is a man.
And, of course, I am indebted to them both, Major Hayward and Uncas.
They ain't got much in common, Colonel, except courage and a desire to serve your daughters.
I got youth, by God, I wish I had it.
Your strength will come back, and your spirit, when you know your daughters are safe, when you've had time to forget this upheaval and misery.
Some things a man could never forget. Burnt into the memory like the massacre at Fort William Henry. I'll never forget the screams of those women. Just as I'll never understand Montcalm. A soldier, a man of honor, a gentleman. Yet he stands by while women and children are butchered. He saw it, he did nothing. Why? In God's name, why?
I don't know, Colonel. But one thing's certain, sure. The gates of heaven will be closed against him on the judgment day because of it. His sins must be many that needs a sea of innocent blood to wash them away. He'll be sent to hell for roasting.
I think this in itself may be a judgment. And through my daughters, God is punishing me.
You believe in a cruel God, Colonel?
Yes. Cora's mother was the descendant of a Negro slave. My child was born with a cross in her veins, as you would put it.
You believe you sin because you fathered the child of a black woman?
She was a descendant of a black woman, and I married her.
It's plain to see you do feel guilty, Colonel.
Magua asked Cora to be his wife, an Indian, a savage.
You think this is some kind of judgment on you?
Well, I feel as if God is mocking me.
It ain't God who's mocking you, Colonel. It's the devil who's got at you through Magua. If you weren't so weary in body and spirit, you'd see that for yourself. Come on, Colonel. You try and get some rest.
No. You said, but for my fatigue, I'd have known it was Satan in my heart. Did you really mean that?
Colonel, I know you and I know the devil. You wouldn't take up with no liar, nor no coward. Now, Colonel, like I said, you get some sleep. Chingachgook?
The Hurons have taken Uncas. He is their prisoner.
The Sagamore knows that an evil spirit lives in the wife of my son.
The Sagamore knows it.
The wandering healer has said that it was for this he was sent by the White Father.
Can the pale-face healer drive out evil from a Huron woman?
One spirit is not like another.
That is known.
One spirit yields to the power of medicine, another does not.
And how can the pale-face tell which spirit can yield and which cannot?
I will try this. I will try that.
Then you will try this and that for the Huron woman.
Let me be led to the sick woman. And with me the holy fool.
Lead them to the sick.
Magua greets the Sagamore.
The Sagamore greets Magua. Let the pipe be passed.
Yadishra, Ndawanda, Shumonshota.
The Delawares have been like bears after the honeypot, prowling round my village. But who has ever found a Huron asleep? One of them has been caught.
Did my young men take his scalp? It is Le Serfagil, the bounding deer. Uncas, son of Chingachgook. Sagamore, are the Hurons blind? Do they not know what game they've caught? And if the bounding deer is to be caught, what else is in the Huron hunting grounds?
Chingachgook, the Mohican.
And not alone. With him, la longue carabine.
This is she whose body is possessed. The woman is my son's wife.
You heard? The spirit leaps under my hand. Already, it enters the flesh of the pale-faced woman.
It is good. A pale-faced woman is nothing. You have strong medicine.
Stronger than I. Who knows where the spirit will leap next? Into the Huron women, perhaps. Into the chief himself, perhaps.
Let the house be cleared. All except the pale-faced woman.
I must touch with my hand.
Then, touch.
This is he who held the Cave of the Waters with Chingachgook and la longue carabine. 200 of Huron died by his hand and theirs. Are the bones of my young men in the burial place of the Huron? You know they are not. Their spirits have gone towards the setting sun and are already crossing the great waters of the happy hunting grounds. But they departed without food, without knives, without guns, without moccasins, naked and poor as they were born. Shall this be? Shall their souls enter hungry into the land of the just? Or shall they meet their friends there with arms in their hands and robes on their backs? Brothers, we must not forget the Huron dead. They are calling to us for aid. They are pleading with us. They cry, "Forget us not." We will load the back of this Mohican until he staggers under our bounty. And then we will dispatch him after our young men. For what is a Yengi? What use is a paleface? We have slain many. The earth is still pale. A stain on the name of a Huron can be hid only with the blood from the veins of an Indian. When our young men see the spirit of this Mohican toiling after them with his burden, they will know we did not forget them, and they will go on happy. And let this Mohican die!
The healing waters will not bring the dead Hurons to life. Tumbling rivers wash their bones. Their men are squaws. Their women, owls. Go! Call together your Huron dogs. Let them look upon a warrior. Let them see how a Mohican can die.
The Hurons will take the life of Uncas when the rising sun begins to sweep away the darkness.
Colonel, we're going into the Huron village.
Right, I'll come with you.
No, Colonel.
Now, look, Hawkeye.
Colonel, I don't want to give you orders, but someone's got to stay here. If Miss Alice and the Major get back, they'll expect to see you.
Of course, but have you thought, Hawkeye, the odds?
Colonel, I taught Uncas the real character of a rifle, and well as he paid me for it. He's fought at my side in many a bloody scrimmage. If he should perish now for want of a friend, then good faith has departed this earth. And Kildea's about as harmless as the tooting whistle of the psalmist.
I understand. I wish you well.
Must go quickly, Hawkeye.
Oh, and Hawkeye, thanks for all you've done for me and my daughters.
Colonel.
A cloud darkens the brow of Magua. Is there no more joy in his heart that I am soon to die?
Tonight, the Great Spirit came to Magua in a dream. He showed me the days past of the red men. And the land he gave them as he had made it, covered with trees and filled with game. Then, the red men were happy. The winds made their clearings. The rain and the sun ripened their fruits, and the snows came to tell them to be thankful. If the Great Spirit gave them different tongues, it was that all animals might might understand them. If they fought against each other, it was to show that they were men. In that time, the red men were happy.
Why speak to me of things gone? Does not the egg become a worm? The worm a fly and perish? Why tell me of good that is past?
The days of your race are short, Mohican. Do you not care that the days of all red men may be short?
Magua talks in riddles.
In my dream, Magua saw more through the eyes of the Great Spirit. He saw the days to come of the red men, and what he saw made his heart sick with shame.
What did Magua see?
White men, sick with their gluttony, their arms enfolding the lands and goods of the red men, from the shores of the salt water to the islands of the Great Lake. White men, more plentiful than the leaves on the trees, with their black slaves. All this Magua saw. But of the red men, only their shadow in the still water. All this need not come to pass, Mohican. As I watched, there came to my ears a roaring as of a great wind. It was the voices of our dead fathers of all ages, calling on me to gather all the warriors of the red men. Drive out the white dogs, they cried. Turn the salt lake into a sea of blood. The blood of 1,000,000 pale faces.
Hatred of the white man will not change it, if there be truth in Magua's dream.
What will the brave Mohican do?
Only in friendship with our white brothers is there hope for the red man.
You are a fool. It is well that you die. Although the false tongues and the cunning of the white men have already destroyed you.
Alice.
Since they brought me here, I've been alone with these savages. I thought myself deserted, Duncan.
You're not deserted. We've come to get you out of here.
Yes.
Curing the Indian girl won't serve to get us beyond the hut.
What do you mean?
She's dead.
No.
See for yourself.
Duncan, take us away from this place.
If she'd lived, if we'd been of service to her, and that there was hope.
Yes.
We convinced them we could save her, and now she's dead. And they'll say she died of your bad medicine.
Let's hope no one heard. The cabin with the 2 guards.
He will be there. 1 guard for a paleface, squaws for a woman. He is there.
Lay her down gently, Duncan. Her hands.
Alice.
It's cold.
There are colder places, ma'am.
Please, Alice. There is nothing you cannot bear. must.
They come.
Back.
Back.
Strong medicine, back.
Back.
The evil is gone out of her.
Not yet. The evil spirit seeks a new home.
Then your medicine has failed.
Not so. It beats in her breast. It begins to break.
Why have you brought her forth?
We take her where the spirit may find a new home. A tree, a rock. We take her into the woods. There she may rise and run again. There she will be free again.
Make way.
No! Will you die? Will you die like a squaw?
Is my son a fool? Must my son die? Go back. Make way. Wait. How shall we know where the spirit has gone? If we go into a rock, may we not stumble on it? If we go into a tree, will it not come forth with the flame? How shall we know?
You cannot know. Where we go, let no man come after. But she will know. When she returns, ask her, and she will speak.
Let it be done.
The Huron warriors are brave. Brave when the enemy is bound. Let Uncas be bound, and the Hurons may safely spit in his face. But let Uncas be free, and the Hurons will run like hinds. They will run like reed that bends. Uncas saw him run. He would not face Uncas. The Hurons forget reed that bends. He's dead, and his name forgotten. But the Mohicans do not forget. Uncas does not forget that he ran before Uncas. Alone, the Huron cannot face Uncas. Greeting, reed that bends.
That was badly done. Uncas should know how to bring death silently.
It was badly done.
Tonight, my son, we have fresh scalps at our belts.
Come, Munro.
This I never thought to see. Duncan, once again I am in your debt.
To tell you the truth, sir, I was thinking of myself more than anyone else.
Their scalps have not long been taken.
2 more were found dead in the woods. 4 scalps in all now hang at their belts.
For those of their brothers who have been slain, the Hurons will be avenged. Death to the Mohicans. Go, summon the warriors.